Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be going over how we're going to be completing our Unit 2 CER summative, focusing on the following targets. The question we're looking to answer in today's CER is where should the ground team send the rescue shuttle to recover the pod in the station? We're going to talk about how we're going to go about answering that today using our different key concepts and our different vocabulary words, focusing on using evidence to support a claim with strong reasoning. So let's go ahead and take a look at the very first task where we're given an emergency email from Dr. Gonzalez regarding the space pod and space station. It says we permanently lost signal with both the pod and the station again. So this isn't about the first time losing the signal. This is now a second time that they've lost the signal. So this is them losing the signal after everything that's already happened to the pod and to the station. They're scrambling a rescue shuttle to go and get them. So right now they're floating in space somewhere and they're trying to go send a rescue shuttle to get them both. To send time and resources, they need you to recommend where to send the shuttle to get both the pod and the station. They've included some resources in the document, which you'll have included with all of this, and you're going to be using that to recommend what to do. So let's go ahead and look at how you're going to be completing the recommendation form using evidence and reasoning about where to send the shuttle. So the first set of resources that you got is a satellite mapping of where the ground team believes the last known location of the pod and shuttle were. So if we're looking at the map here in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll see that the pod and the station were last known to be just outside of Jupiter. And we got to figure out where we're going to send our shuttle from Earth to find the pod and the station. Now, the ground team thinks that they're going to be near some of our different planets in our solar system. So based on what has happened before and after the lost signal the first time, we got to figure out where they're going to be in space. So thinking about what has happened to the space pod and station, the ground team has a few ideas as to where they could be. The first idea is that the pod could be near Jupiter and the station would be near Saturn. So if the pod is somewhere outside of Jupiter, they're thinking it could still be near Jupiter, and the station would be near Saturn. So they would be sending the shuttle to Jupiter and Saturn, and obviously not Mars to waste time and resources. The second choice, the pod would be near Mars, and the station would be near Jupiter. So the pod would be here, the station would be here. So they would be sending the shuttle to those two planets to find them, and not near Saturn. So last option, the pod would be near Mars, the station would be near Saturn, so they'd send the shuttle there and not to Jupiter. So our job is to figure out which of these claims as to where the pod and station are would help us to answer our big question from the beginning. Where should the ground team send the rescue shuttle to recover the pod and space station? Now, we have our different locations, and hopefully the map gives us some insight, but we also have a few more resources that are going to help us out. So when you click on this, you're going to see there's a document that you're going to need with our key concepts and our vocab words, and there's our map a little bit blown up some more so you can see it better. All of these resources to help you complete the CER recommendation. Now, you're going to be sent an email that's going to help you write this recommendation. It's going to help you answer this question. It's going to help you choose what's the best location using the map and your resources. That document's going to look like this. This is the ACM recommendation form that we're going to be using for Dr. Gonzalez to recommend where to send the shuttle and pod. The directions say, fill this out with your best recommendation, use your key concepts and vocab along with the map to help you. And last but not least, when you're done, you're going to click on the Google icon here to submit your CER. So let's take a look at how you're going to be completing this form. You're going to start by answering our question, where should the ground team send the rescue shuttle? Your possible claims that you saw from before are right here. You need to put an X where you feel they should go. After you've chosen where to send the rescue pod and shuttle, you're going to come down here and you're going to notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits of evidence that Dr. Gonzalez has sent you in emails throughout the entire unit regarding the pod and station. You need to decide, do these pieces of evidence help you choose your claim? Do they support your claim? If they do support your claim, you're going to put the X in the supports box. If they do not support the claim, you'll put the X in the does not. You need to mark all 5 as to whether they support or do not support your claim. Once you've done that, you'll go into each one, and if you chose support, you need to use your key concepts and vocab to explain why this evidence supports the claim you picked. So you'll go in, use your key concepts and vocab. This is a great time to pull in your resources to figure out which ones you need and which words you can use to pick the different locations. From there, once you have that all written out, you're going to come down here and write your final response, your final recommendation. So you have a checklist here to make sure that you include all these important things in your CER. It'll start off with your question. Based on everything that's happened with the pod and the station up to now, where should they send the rescue team to recover the pod and station? Dear Dr. Gonzalez, give us your claim. Where do you think we should send the rescue pod? Give us your evidence and reasoning based on how you broke it down before. Sincerely, you. Below is the rubric that I'm going to be using to grade your response. So that's how you fill out the recommendation form. That's where you turn it in. The resources are there as well. And that's how you complete the CER. If you have questions, reach out. Otherwise, good luck.